going on, world? Welcome to A1 Sports Politics with your main man, K-Dub. I hope everybody having a good day. I hope everybody enjoyed the first game of the season, man. It was lit out there, man. I knew it was going to be a good game, because both teams is elite teams, playoff teams at that. And the first game of the season after the New England Patriots just pulled off a historical Super Bowl win, man. Like, we already know what happened, man. But they did that. Let's just say that, But beginning of the season, first game against the Chiefs, going into this game, I knew that this was going to be a good game. Everybody was expecting, of course, New England Patriots is going to win because of all the new weapons they got, adding Brandon Cooks, Gilmore, and, and other little changes that they had to their roster. And people really were saying this team was about to go 16-0. But they got through in this first game with this wasn't no weak divisional game. You know what I'm saying? This is a pretty good game against a pretty good team. And I knew Tom Brady was not gonna have a good game. That's why I did not start him in my fantasy league. One, because the Chiefs have a pretty good defense. They have a star at every position. Not every position, but every part of their defense. On the D-line, they have a star. They really have two in Houston and Holly. And then they have a pretty good corner in Peter. And they have the great Eric Berry. Man, we'll talk more about him later on in the video. But, yeah. I knew Tom Brady wasn't going to have a good game. And he did not have a good game. He really got outplayed by Alex Smith. Alex Smith played a great game. He looked like Tom Brady out there. He played with patience. He didn't force nothing. Instead of, he showed some real veteranship. Like, instead of him taking throwing interceptions, he took a sack. He knew he couldn't hurt this team that much by taking a sack and, getting a chance back over again because their defense is a pretty good defense. They bend, but they don't break. They do not break. They came up with two big stops on fourth downs where the Patriots try to make something happen and they shut that down. Eric Berry had a great game. He had a pretty good game. Eric Berry is the best player on the Chiefs, offensively and defensively. But he did a great job on Gronk. Gronk only had about 3 receptions, 33 yards. That's 2 receptions. I'm saying that 2 receptions for 33 yards. We thought that one play was going to be a touchdown, but evidently the ball hit the ground and it wasn't a touchdown. But other than that, Eric Berry took Gronk all the way out the game until he got hurt. And by the time he got hurt, it was already over with. But he took him all the way out the game, and as you've seen on one particular play, Eric Berry ended up torn his Achilles, and that's bad, man. That's tough. Man, I really feel sorry for a guy like Eric Berry with his past, battling leukemia, just winning comeback player of the year last year, and then getting a big fat contract that he deserved. Like, this guy, arguably probably the best safety in the league, top 2 for sure. And I hate to see him go out like that, but that's messed up, man. The Kansas City Chiefs have lost a huge part of their defense. A huge part of their team, period. And hopefully they get it together and the next guy up. To me, honestly, I don't think he's going to be out for the whole season due to the fact that was the first game of the season. We got 16, we got 15 more weeks. And I know this team is going to make it to the playoffs. They're a playoff team. They're in a tough division, but they're a pretty good team, He will be missed, but at the same time, star was born in that game. Kareem Hunt had a great game, man. Like, this dude came out of nowhere. When first carry I seen, he took off. He was averaging about 7 yards, 6 yards a carry, And this dude had a hell of a game. He broke the record for the first player in his debut with the most yards. He had 246 scrimmage yards. Man, come on, man. So he was doing it all. If he was on your fantasy team, oh my God, you came up. You came up for sure. And this dude had a phenomenal game. He played his heart out even after he fumbled the ball on the first possession. Dude never fumbled in his whole 4 years of college. But after that, he redeemed himself. He did not let himself You know, he did not let that take him down. He redeemed himself and really played the hell of a game. He had an offensive player of the game, of course. You know, he broke records, man, and that was big for him. You know, 5 receptions for 98 yards, 17 rushes for 148 yards. And then he put the nail in the coffin with that last run. The game wasn't even out of control like that, but it was just something how the Chiefs managed to stay in the game, keep their head in the game. Even though New England came out striking, scored real fast after after the fumble by Hunt. But after that, man, when I was watching the game, I'm just like, okay, if KC can stay in the game and stay relevant, even when they went down 17-7, they still stayed in the game. And before halftime, by them scoring, that was a big part of the game. They scored before halftime and they needed to. In 12, they scored the touchdown that they needed. And if they would never scored that touchdown, I don't think they would have been able to get back into this game. You know, they went on 12 plays, 2 minutes, and they did their thing, man, and they put up points. And that's the thing. On that 1 third down, when Hill managed to get that first down and get out of bounds at the same time. That was big for the Kansas City Chiefs. I feel like if they would have went into halftime down by 10 to New England, it would have been a problem. But like I said, the Chiefs were able to stay relevant in the game and kept themselves in the game. And that was good. They was able to score back and forth. It wasn't right away, but like I said, they have a defense that being but don't break. Their defense played the hell of a game, man. Like, real talk. They probably gave up 27 points, but they played a pretty good game. And for Hill, let's talk about Hill. He had a pretty good game, had a hell of a game. We know this dude, he lit the lead up last year as a rookie, you know, and coming into this game as a starter in his sophomore year, he had a hell of a game. And that one particular play right there, being able to sit in the zone defense that New England was playing and caught the ball and got out of bounds. That play right there kept the Chiefs alive. And Hill had a great game. Lit up one of my players on my fantasy. Glad to have him, not trade him. He's untouchable. You know, had 7 receptions for 133 yards and a touchdown. And for Hill, that's pretty big for him to have a great game like that against a good team with 2 pretty good corners in New England. And Hill, man, he lit my fantasy up, man. He got me 26 points. I'm loving it. And trust me, the Chiefs have a dangerous offense over there. A dangerous offense. Now that we see who Kareem Hunt is, I think this guy's going to have a pretty good career. The only see under Andy Reid, and I know Andy Reid because he was in Philly and he loved running backs that could catch out the backfield and know how to run. With patience at that. This offense is something special. New England did do a pretty good job in taking Kelsey out the game, but Kelsey still had a pretty good game because when they was doing the read options, something that, you know, New England probably was not ready for, Kelsey made some pretty good plays, some big plays too at that. So, I mean, as far as the passing game, they did take him out the game. But he had about an average, a mediocre game, just like Gronk did, you know. But, man, the Chiefs came out and played a good game. And for Tom Brady, man, I don't know if it's, you know, the guy's, he's damn 40 years old. Father Time will beat anybody. Trust and believe anybody. For Tom Brady to come out here and don't throw no touchdowns, like I said, I knew this dude was not going to have a good game. He threw 16 for 36. That's whatever. You know, that's not that good. I think New England could have ran the ball more. You know, only for 267 yards. Come on, Tom Brady. No touchdowns, no interceptions. Okay. He thought he had a touchdown, but it got called back. Tom Brady. I think that he's going to be on his way out in about 2 years. If not 2, maybe even 1. We're gonna see how this year play out. But I'm not gonna look down on the Patriots because we can't do that. We cannot sleep on this team because we know they have a great organization going on over there, and they will bounce back. They will bounce back eventually. They will bounce back. But I just knew that Tom Brady wasn't gonna have a good game. I didn't start him in my fantasy because he only got his 7.68 points. I'm glad he's on the base, man. He played against 5 Pro Bowlers. Kansas City Chiefs have 5 Pro Bowlers on their team, on their defense. You know, that's why, man. And you got to pay attention to stuff like that. But like I said, it was a good game. I think that the Pats will bounce back eventually. They will bounce back. They got to get that defense together. And after losing their best player on defense as far as the front 7, because they still have Gilmore and Butter, but Hightower is a big part of that defense. And until they, if they can replace him, and I don't know how long he's going to be out yet, but if they can replace him and put a stud in there, then so be it. But they hurting on defense right now, and trust and believe that. And Kansas City Chiefs came out and played a pretty good game, put up 42 points to 27, and defeated the New England Patriots. And they did their job. That's all I got for y'all. Be tuned in. Football is back, baby. Hey, welcome to A1 Sports Politics with your main man, K-Dub. Everybody have a good day. A1.